Dawson's Rambles.
Hey YouTube, Dawson Rider here with new Kamen Rider Saber news, more Kamen Rider Saber news. We got a better, more overall, well-rounded look at him. I just did a video about the first look yesterday when we got kind of preview scans for it. And like one day later, we have full scans where we get more of a better idea of his suits and forms and the second rider and all that jazz. So we have kind of more of a full-bodied look at him, and I think I like him a little bit more now. I'm still kind of lukewarm on it, but again, I dig the concept and there's parts about it that I think are cool. A couple people mentioned in yesterday's video that like you can tell they're borrowing assets from different writers, and I can definitely see that a little bit. And also, even though this isn't necessarily directly ripped in terms of a part, but the whole down the middle vibe of like a different side and a different color and a different power reminds me of both Double and Build. So I feel like it's, you know, a little samey in that regard, so close by. But with the more overall shots of the suit, I think it looks pretty cool. I kind of like the white red, and I think it's black contrast to it. It's kind of got an interesting color scheme. It's a little bit bulky, so I dig it a little bit more. I just do like the concept of like the storybooks and the sword and all that, and the driver is, again, I like the concept. It does look so cheap. I mean, I can't remember a time when a rider, like driver, looked slick. They always look like growths that need to be looked at or something weird, and then they just get weirder as they go along. I guess the hidden driver wasn't so bad, but even still, it does look a little bit cheap, even if I like the idea. I talked a little bit about his form changes with the books, and we get a look at a couple of them with Peter Fantasia. Do they not know his name's Peter Pan? And then like a Jack and the Beanstalk one, which gives him some different like half forms and powers and stuff like that. And it's really funny because they don't look that different. Like the picture of the two forms, the Peter Fantasia or whatever, I could tell. But then I was like, oh, they don't have a picture of the Jack and the Beanstalk one? And then after I went through the pictures a third time, I realized the one up front was that form change, because it just kind of blended in for me. But it kind of gives you an idea how those work with different Wonder Books. His like main one is based off of a dragon, and then he switches these other ones out. And so he keeps the dragon on the other side. And there's three different types. There's like an animal, and like a divine animal, and like a fairy tale or something, like, or like a story. So there's like three different types that can be worked from this, and you can change it with the driver and stuff. And then we actually got a look at the secondary rider, which I think was covered with someone's thumb in the first pictures, which is Kamen Rider Blaze, who's lion-based, based off of the book Lion Saki or Senki? I want it to be Saki. But it looks kind of weird, honestly. Like, I feel like this is one I should like, and I don't hate it. It just looks kind of weird. Like, the lion chess piece, like kind of looking like a regal headstone, looks like super cheap. It looks like a balloon, or like if I were to press it, it would go like a little squeak. It looks weird. And then his helmet looks unfinished. It's got like a crescent moon shape, and I kept thinking I was seeing it wrong. And there's just something unfinished about it. It's like it got rushed to production, or it reminds me of like a foot soldier rider. I don't know, it's just kind of weird. I don't know what to think of it right now. Maybe it'll grow on me too. Saber's definitely grown on me, but Blaze is a little bit more iffy. It's just kind of strange. I don't know. It's strange, guys. What do you think? Let me know what you think of Blaze. And so it appears to right off the bat, a lot of the rumors about like the fairy tales and all this stuff ended up being true, and there was rumors about them being more writers in this series overall, and that seems about right. I'm gonna make a prediction right now, it'll probably be true, that most of any antagonist writers introduced in this will end up working with the team by the end of the series. That's usually what happens. The only other real tidbit of news regarding this was for the toy side. As always, we're gonna have Legend Rider versions of the current gimmick. So I think, was there 01 and maybe X8? I know for sure there was 01, but there was like 2 or 3 of them shown off. The picture will be here, so that'll solve it, so you'll know what I'm talking about. But we have Legend Rider versions of the gimmick, and so if you're into that, I'm personally so tired of Legend Rider gimmicks. I get it, they gotta make money. Toku's basically just about toy sales, but I'm just so tired of the Legend Rider gimmicks. Like, get out! You know, you overstayed your welcome, you know? You're old and busted. It's about the new hotness now. So I'm beyond done with Legend Rider gimmicks. I like roll my eyes every time we see them. Although, I would rather have the Legend Rider gimmicks than the next movie always bringing people back. Like, let's stop bringing people back for a hot minute. But this isn't about my personal issues. But that's what we got. Kind of a more well-rounded look at Saber, a look at Blaze, and some Legend Rider stuff. You know, there'll probably be more stuff coming out as we get along. I don't know if they're going to do a proper press conference this year because of all the stuff going on. They'll probably do something where we find out story details and a little trailer and, like, you know, like showing us the stuff, not like just a little trailer that drives. I'll keep you guys posted. But until next time, don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, and climb the steps and ring that bell so you can notifications for my videos. Dawson Rider, signing out.